Hello and welcome to Let's Play Yu-Gi-Oh! On Motorcycles, Duelist of the Roses.
Yes. Here we have, apparently one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Games ever, and
And it has no motorcycles.
Yeah, it doesn't have any motorcycles.
They're not included.
A card, my kingdom for a card.
But it
So,
likes raping Shakespeare.
yep. This story is, this game is a parody. It's like, it's not even a parody, it's War of the Roses with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters and dueling monsters.
So, pretty much War of the Roses. That's how it went down in real life. This is exactly what happened in real life. It also has the most confusing intro ever, so that's why I'm showing it.
Yeah, makes sense.
This intro, if you just watch it and you have no idea, like even if you know Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like this intro just, what is going on?
Yeah. I see what you mean, like, I get that they're trying to make it epic, and in some ways it does look epic, but in some ways it just looks so confusing, because
this is like the kind of thing that like if your parents sees the children play a game and it's like, I'm never gonna get into video games because it's super confusing.
yeah,
But in reality it's like, this is chess, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. It's, yeah.
And, oh my god, whoever made this into read likes the Blue Eyes White Dragon, by the way.
Yeah. I think this game likes the Blue Eyes White Dragon. You already mentioned, which are all spoilers, Blue Eyes White Dragon is supposedly like the most powerful card in this game.
Yes, because this plays, this is like, oh wait, and back in the day, Blue Eyes White Dragon was like the most powerful card.
Yeah.
And then today, it's, well, that is technically, like, it's a triple-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon, it's the most powerful card, but yeah.
Triple-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon sounds pretty sexy.
I think that would not be all that sexy in reality.
Probably not.
So what I'm actually gonna do is, which might sound slightly weird, but we are gonna end the recording here and start a new recording because I want to make sure that the sound was fine for that. But I'm gonna cut them together, so we will be right back. And we are back to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duel of the Roses, which after 2 minutes, but yes.
Yes.
So you can do custom duel against other people who have this on their console, even though we are not playing this on the console. I'm playing it on an emulator, spoilers.
Oh, don't say that. They'll totally get upset even though this game's old and, you know, there's no way we could even find it in stores, but...
There's no way I could even find a fucking PlayStation 2 in a store, I think.
You might be able to find a used one if you got it in GameStops. Anyways, so does this have voice acting?
Nope. So I was gonna ask
so
you to be the awesome leader.
Yeah! Oh, also, I was gonna say, you guys all probably remember the cutscene, fucking, Dark Magician, creepy as fuck. Anyways, the British Empire in the 1480s.
That technically... The funny thing is, there's technically no British Empire at this time. There's England, but Scotland is independent, so there's no British Empire.
Yeah. So already we're off to a great start. The Wars of the Roses, a power struggle between the houses of Lancaster, Red Rose, and
I believe the compounded lands are stuck, but I'm not sure.
York. The guy...
I like how the one guys have like a really long name, and another guys are just, we are York.
Yeah. York. The guy in the head from Deadly Premonition. Fortunately, I don't remember the main character's name, or that'd make more sense. Anyways, White Rose, to decide a royal successor, was nearing an end. With the Yorkists well in the lead, the reign of Richard III was but a step away.
I like how they can't spell third.
Yeah, I know, I was gonna say. I was like, technically that says the reign of Richard III. And in France, Yugioh, Henry Tudor, the last Lancastrian heir.
His really bad haircut. That's why he got overthrown, because his haircut.
Don't you just love his haircut though? I bet you wish you could do that.
Well, yes, but I'm pretty sure the British back in the day weren't really keen for spiky hair.
Probably not. I don't know what they would say if they saw hair like that. They would probably proclaim that he's a witch.
Totally, but he does look like a witch with that face. Was exiled. Was being
forced to live a life of exile because the pair is saying I'm moving too slowly.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like
Lancrastian, yeah, I know. The Lancrastian forces were rendered powerless by Pegasus. The ancient cards wielded by. Oh wait, yeah, powerless ancient cards source of sorcery wielded by.
But I wanted to say there's a lot of text, so that's another reason why I try to move a bit faster.
Oh, okay, yeah. Seto and his 7 followers, who were known as the Rose Crusaders, served under the flag of...
That's actually a thing I want to mention. The weird thing in this is, it explains you everything, and then you get teleported into the void, and then the guy acts like as if he don't know anything, so he explains everything again. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's pretty silly. Also, I was gonna say, I'm actually surprised. Kaiba looks pretty badass like that. That fucking blue eyes white dragon armor is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is. It also makes him like his fetish for dragons outdoes my fetish for dragons.
Kaiba probably has a pretty big boner for dragons. Lord Crawford, a powerful Yorkist nobleman. Lacking a duelist to champion their cause, defeat was imminent for the Lancrastians.
I like how he pronounces him wrong but different every time.
Oops, I do keep pronouncing it wrong, don't I?
And different, because this time you put an I in there.
Oh well, it's fine.
I think they're all dead by now, so it doesn't matter.
In England, dual card games are still at the fledgling stage.
I like how that makes it seem like in like other parts of the void, dual card games are already deciding the fate of the void. Like I'm imagining like Rome Empire is just like, yeah, card games.
Yeah, the Roman Empire is just sitting there having their battle of 300 against Persia with dual cards. Thus the Lancrastians had to look elsewhere for duel masters capable of facing the Rosenkreuz.
Kreuz.
Yeah,
the thing is that's a German word.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm like, that's a fucking German word, isn't it?
Because it's using a K.
Yeah. With this in mind, Margaret Mai Burfort of Lancaster secretly requested a high druid to...
My question is actually, I don't know where she won the War of the Roses. Like, I don't actually, I know a bit about it, but I don't know exactly what went down, because I never looked into it much.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm pretty sure that the Roses won the War of the Roses.
That's the best statement.
Yep. Some a duelist from another age. Thank you.
One of the 2 roses won. I don't know which one. See, but now he gets summoned, and now if you look out, he's gonna fucking explain everything to you again. Which just think, okay. Do you wanna be the Scottish douchebag?
Sure. Scottish, you say?
But he's McMahon, so he must be Scottish.
Oh yeah, I don't think I have a good Scottish accent.
Just do the one from fucking the Star Trek.
Star Trek. Ah yes.
The engineer, I believe, is Scottish.
Oh yes, Scotty.
Scotty is Scottish, which is funny because I had a Scottish guy in my class who was named Scott, and I kept making that joke and he wouldn't get it. I'm like, this is so obvious.
This is so arbitrary. It is so arbitrary for my Scottish mind that I don't sound anything like Scottish persons.
Well, you could just make up another accent. He's a blue guy, so I guess there's anything he could sound like.
Yeah.
That works, I guess.
Summoned from the mystic circle of red and white roses, the one capable of harnessing pure power.
So he's the Emperor now.
Yeah.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power! There was truth to the legend of the Rose Duelist!
I like how he went to all the stuff to summon you, but he didn't even believe in it.
I know. This stupid fucker. Lady Margaret! I did it. I did it. Now we have means for defeating the evil force of the Rosencrantz!
Rosencrantz. I'm just gonna stab you in your sleep.
It's not my fault. Oh, my apologies. In my excitement of jizzing all over the place, I forgot I was in the presence of the Rose Duelist.
That'd be awkward if that actually ever happened.
Yep. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Simon McMorrin, High Druid and Servant of Lancaster. May I be so bold as to ask the name by which the Rose Duelist would like to be known?
So here's the first fun fact about this game. The game decides pretty much how good you're gonna do in it based on your name.
Yep,
Picking the wrong name can kill you.
So we should name ourselves McAwesome.
Well, I was gonna name myself Pear.
Oh, I guess that's...
I got a pretty good deck with Sapare, but I'm just gonna see Pear because I don't know, you like calling me Pear, so it makes sense.
Yeah, alright, that's fine, Pear. I wanted to be McAwesome Pants, but
you know how long that would fucking type? I don't even know if I could fit that in there. I like how you can put like exclamation marks or this sign, like what the hell?
You could put the sign for I
can be like
that's
an
a sign for yen, but I'm not sure.
I can become an epic rapper with like rapper names.
You could be 50 Cent.
50, I could be 50 yen.
Yep. Pear. A fine name indeed.
See how he's gonna explain everything again.
Here's the situation. The year is 1485. You see it's 1485, and you're currently in Stonehenge, near Salisbury, England. Salisbury, the tastiest place in England. The British Empire's in turmoil, with the House of Lancaster's rightful claim to the throne being...
Technically, the house is an empire. I don't think they've even started colonization at this point. You can't be an empire without colonies.
I don't know. Apparently they're an empire by this game's definition, though.
I guess that's a problem when you have Japanese people write European history.
Yeah. Challenged by the Yorkist usurpers. The power struggle is referred to as the War of the Roses, a name on the badges used by both sides. A red rose for the Lancastrians and a white rose for the Yorkists. Right now, our kingdom is threatened by the Yorkists and their wrongful claim to the throne. All because the Yorkists enjoy the support of the Rose Crusaders and their sorcerous white rose cards. Using our red rose cards, we summoned you, Pear!
It is kind of funny when I get named Pear.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to mention is I like how he's like the sorcerer's white rose cards, so we used our exact same fucking cards. For good, obviously. Like, I don't even like the good guys in this game.
Well, yeah, it is based on an actual thing. Well, yeah, so it makes sense that, like, neither side is particularly, you know. But of course, it's a game, so I had to pick a right side. Like,
yeah.
whatever. We hope
that because the guy is super hypocritical.
Yeah, I see what you mean. We hoped that your dueling experience would defeat the Rose Crusaders and lead us to victory.
So, aren't I leading myself to victory technically? Because you guys aren't doing shit.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking, so I imagine that means we're character from like the modern day?
Actually, like I said, this is based on another game. Like it's a sequel to another game that plays like this, and in that one you play in like the Egyptian, I believe, like times, like the times I see, like when in Yu-Gi-Oh they do the flashbacks to the Pharaoh times, yeah.
Right.
So you might be from then. I think the game never explains where you actually come from. I don't know if you're the same character or not.
I don't know. You will help us? Of course you will! You don't get a choice. Foolish me to even doubt where your loyalties lie.
I don't even know what the fuck you are. Why are my loyalties with you?
Yeah, I know. Rumor has it that only the legendary Rose Duelist stands a chance against the power of Rosencreuz.
Kreuz.
Kreuz.
I don't even know if it's like if those guys exist in real life, then I don't know why they would have a Germanish name. I don't know.
I don't know. I know I've heard of the
Rosenkreuz.
Rosencreuz.
What it would translate to is it would mean Rose Cross.
Rose Cross. Okay. We appreciate any help you can provide against them. Before I forget, I should warn you that the rules to dueling differ here from those of your age.
Whichever age that may be.
Here in England, dueling is governed by what is known as the perfect rule.
I like that name is so pretentious.
That name is pretty pretentious. There's no other way to play Duel Monsters. This is the perfect rule.
And then come up some the next guy like, this is the uber perfect rule.
In addition to several minor distinctions, there are two major differences. One is the existence of movement or positioning. The other is the deck leader concept.
I like how he's like, this game is slightly different, but really, this game doesn't at all play like Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's like, if they summon the best Yu-Gi-Oh player ever to not play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I know. These are two aspects of dueling that were lost in the process in the ancient sport of Duel Monsters.
So I guess you're right, we probably do come from the more forward times, because otherwise he wouldn't mention this.
Yeah, it was adapted to card form. Though actually, how the fuck does he know this?
I don't know, he's fucking Blue Wizard. Don't question the Blue Wizard, I'm gonna turn it down just a tad more. The game has a weird habit of becoming way more louder the further I go into it.
Weird. I'm dick slap this blue bitch. Nah, anyways, the perfect rule represents these lost rules that were miraculously revived here in England.
Miraculously.
Perhaps a practice duel will serve better than an explanation, shall we?
But like I said, there's a lot of fucking text that no, because this practice duel takes like 20 minutes, and the sad thing about it is, you don't even do it. It does everything for you.
Oh.
It's like just a really long cutscene.
Yeah, I hate tutorials like that. First pair, you must select a deck to duel with. It is important that you feel the vibrations of a deck leader. The minute resonations that ring. True to your soul.
Which actually this is kind of poor, because when you actually get to see the decks, you get like super little information about the deck, which is really lame, because it's like, you keep this deck for the rest of the game, guys.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. The cards themselves draw their power from the energies of the ancient ones.
Hopefully not the deep ones.
The deck leader acts as an intermediate between the ancient ones and the deck wielder. Pair. It is essential that you select a card leader whose rhythm matches the stirrings of your soul.
Like you say, they hype it up, but you can't really do much there. You're gonna see in a moment.
Yeah, here are several decks from which to choose. Give it some serious thought and make your selection. Choose carefully, for the deck of your select... Wait, no, the deck you select will guide the destiny of your duels. Man, the heart of the cards, baby!
Yeah, I got one with the average of 3.47, which I think is good. Like, that is how the quality of the average monsters, which I assume is normally the quality of the deck.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I guess we're probably gonna take the one with the average, because that's all you get to see. You see what races it uses, and what types it uses, but like that doesn't
But
tell
you
me
can't.
enough.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You can't check what's in the decks, which
Yeah.
is
So
the
we're gonna take
important
this
bit.
guy.
Yeah, that guy. The Arknight Pershath.
Who has warriors, reptiles, birds. I don't know what that first sign is. It has light, earth,
I think
nature, and water. Actually, it's a nice deck. I mean, I like the colors.
Yep. So, yeah. I see you've selected your deck.
And for the people if you're wondering, I have not played this game all that much. I just watched Let's Play of the first half of it. And then I was like, I want to play this.
Yeah. So that's the effect of Celtic Red Rose cards. It looks like there's some room... It looks like there's some truth to the rumor that Red Rose cards are capable of time transformation. But really? Who's there?
Leroy Jenkins. Close enough. You know, Leroy Jenkins and Seto are kind of alike. They both rush in and suck at it actually doing something.
Unfortunately so. But at least Kaiba's armor is pretty sexy.
Yep.
Hey Kaiba, I want your armor. I would do it. I would do your armor.
I'm sure he does it every night.
He probably does.
So, do I do him?
I imagine so. I bet you'd like doing Kaiba.
I don't know what voice to use. It's been some time since the Battle of Barnet or it won.
Rosencrantz! What?
No wonder guy was so pissed. I would be pissed if people kept naming me like that.
Here.
Only a member of the Rose Crusaders may call me by that name. If you may recall, I told you once before that you may only address me as Seto. Which is a very old English name, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, does memory fear you, old man? Which actually makes the funny thing is because these are like all the Americans' names. Like I'm pretty sure that's not what they named in the Japanese version.
Yeah.
But they place in Britain.
Yeah. This is pretty funny. So in the Japanese version, they probably have Japanese names. Either way, they're out of place.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they should have just told British names. But I guess then it wouldn't make. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't mind that they use the character names, because I'm like, well, it'd be weird calling, like, Kaiba, you know.
Yeah.
The original name.
And you must be the dreaded Ghost Duelist. I must admit, there's a certain aura of power emanating from you.
Ah, yeah!
Here's a bowler.
Yep.
I believe an introduction is in order. I'm Seto, leader of the Rose Crusaders. And I just messed up my own word there, Rose Crusaders. Anyway, there are members of our little group who prefer to call me by the name of C. Rosenkreuz.
Oh, Sapare, you're so German. I ask you again, what brings you here, Seto?
Mind your manners, old man. I find it very funny because if you're gonna find out in a moment that like they are deep in enemy territory, but like this blue guy is like totally obnoxious. Like he's like way behind enemy lines, but he's like, get the fuck out of this place.
Yeah, that's pretty silly.
What else would bring me here? I've come for the red rose cards. After all, it was you who showed me how the summoning capabilities would evolve when the red rose cards are combined with the transport powers of the white rose cards.
You aren't thinking of attempting the forbidden rose summoning.
Look, isn't that kind of what he just did?
I was kind of wondering that. I'm like, if so, then the red rose cards must never fall into your evil hands. Card sorcery taps into the power of the ancient ones. By their very nature, each card is a double-edged.
But technically, I guess all cards are at least 4-edged. Douche.
Sword that can cut both ways. The rose cards alone harness tremendous power. There's no telling what horrors one might unleash to the world by combining both red and white.
But you just did that.
I will sacrifice my own life if need be to prevent any. I'm uttering the spell of doom.
Like the guy who invented it literally named it that, so no one would ever use it.
Yeah, I know.
The spell of
girl,
doom. Fool.
That name makes me think of the Armageddon spell,
Yeah.
and
I
yeah.
was thinking of that too. The 16 red and white road cards grant power over all. True legend has twisted the true meaning of these cards. I wonder if they talk like that in real life, like they just stop mid-sentence and wait till the text goes on.
Yeah.
We, Rose Crusaders, have sworn to create a utopia free from the ravages of war. We intend to accomplish this with the power of these cards. And we shall do so by extending the great rule of Richard III throughout the known world, and I tell you this because I have nothing better to do. By the way, it was clever of you to form a circle of red roses within the white rose barrier to summon the ghost duelist. But you were foolish to come alone. This area is surrounded, and if you wish to leave with your life, you will do so only by handing over the red rose cards. Which another question is, then why the fuck was he yelling to Maya, the girl? Remember when he summoned us? He was like, "Hey, I did it! I did it!" It's like, who are you telling that?
I don't know. I guess he's just so happy that he's just imagining like the blowjob Maya's gonna give him. Me, a fool? Then what about you? Are you fool enough to actually believe the red rose cards would remain here in my possession? Right after the summoning, I had the cards dispersed among our best duelists to keep them from your tainted hands. Kind of like how Dragon Balls work.
I don't know, like, blue guy, he looks like he could be part of Dragon Balls.
Yeah, he looks like one of those strange things.
Then you leave me with but one option. I shall enlist the aid of your precious rose duelist.
You take leave of your senses.
And you speak too soon, old man. Well, technically both of you speak too much. Like, my guy has been standing here for like 10 minutes just like guitar.
He's just been standing here like, you know, what's going on again?
Yeah, my guy's probably just like running around like, yeah, I'm free. Heed my words, duelist. If you wish to return to your proper time period, you will require the 16 cards of the red and the white roses. The red and the white positions must be laid out in reverse of a summoning order to send you home.
You know the spell?
Since you need the 16 rose card just as much as we do, I propose a partnership. Help us gather the cards and I shall guarantee you the return after you've achieved your ultimate goal.
An absurd proposal! Do you think that an honorable pair can lend an ear to your ridiculous proposal?
The most honorable of pairs.
We are the most honorable of pairs.
Can you be so sure, man? Let me see. Simon's side has 8 of the rose cards, while my side, the Rose Crusaders, has the possession of 8 white rose cards. As the numbers are even, simple as arithmetic indicate that you could side with either of us. But I'm sure you take into account who is winning this war. After all, who was desperate enough to summon you in the first place? I think it's quite clear which side is better positioned to send you home.
Pair? Heed not the words of this lunatic! This power-hungry lunatic!
Simon, must you resort to name-calling? I'm heard. I tell you what, why don't we leave this decision to our duelist? After all, Simon, the duelist's future is not for us to decide, now is it?
You know what? I was just randomly thinking.
What?
Kaiba would make an awesome, like, character in Phoenix Wright.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaiba, Phoenix Wright lawyer.
Yep. It'd be pretty legit doing duel against Kaiban Court.
It'd be weird when he suddenly pulls out his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He's like, let's do it. One game.
Indeed. Well, yes, but
Splendid. In keeping with the tradition of the old temple gods, I offer you choice, Duelist. Here are 2 roses. The white represents me, and the red for the old Simon here. For the sake of justice, choose the red rose. Stand by my side, Duelist. Choose the white rose. And you can actually decide, which I think we end the part here, because this fucking goes on forever.
yeah, alright. Thank you all for watching, and you'll see you all next time when we make our decision.
Next time I promise I will actually be dueling in a duel monster game. Oh my god, see you guys.
Yeah.